Oh, snap. Well, first of all, before we get to the drinks, we got some airmail. So here we got a little bit of airmail. This is, well, first of all, this is a little bit of airmail from us to us. Oh, you're just going to show off my address? Awesome. I hear a big echo, so that's great.
I don't hear anything.
Okay. Well, guess we'll see what happens.
Ooh, let's see what I got from me.
Happy Father's Day to us.
It's like a weird looking cum rag.
No, boy. Open those up. Let's see what we got here.
Oh, God. Okay. Rumble Pack Apparel.
Rumble Pack Apparel.
What does that even mean?
That is our merch store is Rumble Pack Apparel.
What?
This is the CQ DX shirt. Turn that sucker around. Keep it rad, baby.
That's sick.
Heck yeah.
This is yours, the large?
No. I'm way fatter than that.
Let's see what we got. Okay, God. This is already looking pretty promising.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, you totally just absolutely fucked your way through the last wheel, by the way.
Oh, yes. And nobody emailed me, so they didn't care. So suck it. Yes. The CAQP keeping the 90s alive. Looking like Dare over there.
I like it. That's legit.
Yeah, that's a cool one. I like that one. So you can find those at the Cartridge Quest Mall on the cartridgequest.com website. Why is it doing that?
Oh, no, fridge. The fridge did not want to stay closed. And it keeps all of our drinks in there.
It does keep our drinks in there.
Our beverages.
Look at something real quick. And yes. So that was airmail. Go check out the Cartridge Quest Mall. You can get the shirt behind me. You can get the CQ that looks like DX. There's all kinds of other stuff out there. If you don't want to put our logo on your chest, there's a whole bunch of other stuff out there too. So go check that stuff out. Now, I'm Average Trav.
Foodie Mike C.
This is Cartridge Quest Podcast Season 2, Episode 16.
The following podcast is rated N for nostalgia. It contains strong language, heavy retro references, and will spontaneously unlock core memories. Viewer discretion is advised. Now hang on for a trip back to the 90s with Cartridge and Quest.
Bro.
So what's on tap is presented by Auburn Spirits. We got in trouble last week. We did all the things that we aren't supposed to do when you talk about a sponsor that is selling alcohol. So we're not going to do that again.
We can't. It's illegal.
It is illegal, but we can still do these things. So what's on tap presented by Auburn Spirits. And I don't know which one I want to do this week. I think we'll go with this one.
Hey, give me another beer, bitch.
So it's time to crack open the show and see what's on tap. What are we drinking?
So we are going with Walnut River's Have More Fun Blonde Ale. It's pretty sick. The
Bro.
can is honestly pretty amazing.
This thing looks like freaking Saved by the Bell and Full House had a baby.
Yeah, or like one of those old school like Trapper Keepers, like fucked a Taco Bell cup or something. I don't know.
Jeez. I don't know if we could say that. I feel like I need a neon windbreaker just to hold this can. This thing is so 90s, dude. We'll get into the flavors here in a little bit, but we just wanted to tell you that Auburn Spirits Beer Cave is where you can find this thing at. So go check them out and tell them Cartridge and Quest sent you. They're going to hook you up. And remember, celebrate local.
Absolutely.
All right, we're getting into the show. We're gonna do some retro rewind off the top. We're gonna get some channel surfing in. We've got a conundrum for you guys, so get ready for the trivia. We're going back to the old school. We're playing What Are These Damn Kids Saying this week, and then we got a little bit of What's on Mike's Mind. I think we're gonna get into some dad stuff. It's freaking today is Father's Day, so happy Father's Day to all you fathers. If your dad's dead, happy Dead Dad Day. And then we've got the Trav's take, and we'll get out of here. So. We talked at the top about have more fun. Who has more fun?
Blondes.
Blondes do. They have allegedly. I think that's all a gimmick. But this is the Walnut River Have More Fun Blonde Ale. This sucker is 5.9. It says 4.5 on the can, but Untapped says it's 5.9. So it says it's a little heavier.
So they're local, fairly local. El Dorado, Kansas.
Fairly local, yeah.
Cool. I've done some pairings with these guys before on some dinners, so it's always cool when you can work out with some local people and do some cool stuff. So shout out to Auburn for keeping it local as well.
Exactly, yeah, they're all about the local. So we're gonna get into like the nitty gritty on these beers because I want to start just kind of digging in. So 5.9 on the beer or on the alcohol percentage, and then we got 38 IBUs. Which, do you know what IBUs are?
I used to know, but I can't remember what it stands for anymore.
Yeah, so IBUs are the bitterness profile, right? And so it's the international bitterness units is what they call that. And so it goes from 0 to 100 is kind of the scale. There's actually more than 100, but our taste palette kind of caps out at 100. We don't taste anything more than 100. And so when you see IBU, we're talking about how bitter is it. And so the higher the number, the more bitter it is, right? So this guy is 38 IBUs. So middle of the road, not too bitter, but not like super unbitter. So like if you think about like a Michelob Ultra, I think that's like 10.
Give me a fucking cider or a sour any day.
But I wonder, so as we go through these, I wonder how bitter those are. Are they super sweet and they have the bitterness in them, but the sweetness takes it away? Like, I wonder where those IBUs are when we start to talk about those sours or those juicy, even a juicy IPA. Like, I had that Rebel Pack.
That was good. I don't care for IPAs, but that was a good one. And Auburn, the cool thing about Auburn is they actually like took it as a challenge when we said like, hey, we're not big
they did
IPA guys. So they said, cool, we're gonna make it happen.
Yeah, honestly, they said they're gonna make us IPA guys.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see about that because honestly, I'm not even a big beer guy. It's like, how do you make beer taste good? And to me, it's like make it enchilada. You know what I mean? Like, throw good stuff. And other than that, I'm just like, meh.
Okay, so let's take a look at the beer. So we've got this thing. It is kind of golden. Where's your cup? Get your cup up there.
Look at that amazing glass, though. I've already got a Walnut River glass, so it's the wrong beer by all means. But you know what? It still works.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's beautiful
from the poorhouse. Yeah, so this thing, golden yellow, right? I mean, it looks like freaking summer in a cup. Beers that are this color for me are usually pretty tasty, I think. Like you don't get this color in it. It's not good. So
I just want some orange in it or something.
That would be good. Some orange in there. Okay, so now let's smell it. We're gonna smell the beer. What do we smell?
It smells like beer.
Okay, we're gonna have to refine our palate.
Okay, I'm gonna lock in real quick.
What do we got?
Hint of piss. I'm just kidding.
No. Walnut River. He doesn't mean that. He doesn't mean that.
I don't mean it. No. So that's the hardest thing for me. Like
it is. I agree.
The hardest thing for me,
like
to
pee in a cup.
Smelling beer, because I used to brew beer with some buddies.
Yeah.
And you would smell like these Cascade hops or something, and it's like, God, it smells so just floral and kind of fruity and just beautiful. And then I drink it, and I was like, oh, that doesn't taste like anything like that.
Yeah.
So I think that's where beer kind of throws me, because I'm not getting that. I'm getting more of like, you know, the wheat or the barley or whatever it might be, or sometimes it is finished way too hard with hops, and then it's just a little too pungent, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like that's why I like that other one, because it's like I feel like you got those like floral or fruity notes from the Rumble Pack,
Yeah.
and then it was like, yeah, this is what it should taste like.
Yeah. So this one, I'm thinking it's like biscuity, like it's bready, right? Like it's honey bread or honey biscuits kind of thing.
That makes sense.
And so I don't really get a whole lot of the floral in this one. Like I don't smell flowers. And I've just recently started to like try to. My nose has been jacked for a long time, and so I think it's starting to get back to normal. And I'm like, I used to just not think flowers even had a smell. Yeah, for real. Like I didn't think flowers smelled.
He had a bad case of that Dewey Cox.
Oh, whoa. Is that like what happens in the morning time when it's like hot and cold?
I wish. No. You've seen Walk Hard, haven't you? No.
With The Rock?
God damn it! Fuck this guy. Okay, no. Walk Hard. It was supposed to be like a Johnny Cash story, but it was the story of Dewey Cox, and it's like John C. Reilly, and he's just being a complete.
Oh, okay.
Funny as shit.
I don't think I've seen it.
Is like, I mean, his brother died too, but then he couldn't smell.
A tragedy? Did you say tragedy?
Tragedy.
You said tragedy. You did.
We'll go back.
Sorry.
Go back.
No, you said tragedy.
Now I'm gonna have these fuck asses on here on the social media. Be like, oh, what do you say?
He said tragedy. Listen, he doesn't know how to podcast, folks.
Okay.
We just figured it out.
So
Okay, so we got the sniff test done. Now, these first sips, what did, like you said, the first thing you said when you tried this beer is that tastes like a beer, right?
Yeah, it tastes like fucking wheat or barley and hops or
wheat, barley, hops. Yeah, I taste those things for sure. It tastes like a standard beer with a little bit more bite, right? It tastes like a lager with some bite.
Yeah. Maybe a little citrus note, but not anything crazy.
A little bit of sweetness in there, but not a ton. But I think it's bubbly, right? Like it's definitely bubbly. It's got some good carbonation in it. It's clean. I think it doesn't leave like that nasty. It doesn't leave anything in my mouth, like you know what I mean?
And clean.
Yeah. I think for me, maybe 38. Maybe I'm just a wiener because 38 IBUs seems bitter. Like this seems more bitter than what I actually normally like, I think. But maybe not. I don't know. And then I really wanted to, and I'm kind of throwing this on you right now, but as we go through this normally, I want you to kind of think about what you would pair this with, like as we go through it and how you would pair it. So I don't know how we're going to do that part, if it's something where you have to do it first and figure it out, or if you can kind of start to do it on the fly. But like what with this kind of beer, I feel like this is either a smash burger type kind of beer or like a spicy chicken sandwich kind of beer. Which one would you go with?
So for me, like if I'm having something like this, I want whatever I'm eating to be kind of fatty or greasy, just something just rich, I guess. So this like would kind of cut through all of that richness. So I think you're right. I think if you had like a amazing like mushroom Swiss bird or something, just fatty and juicy, and like this is,
and it's just gonna wash it down and
clean that palate off for a minute and throw you back into it.
Like I love drinking beers down here in the basement, but there's not a lot better than having a nice beer when you're having dinner. To me, like beer and food really go well together. I'm not a big wine guy, and I know that people a lot of times talk about how wine and food go together really well. I know when we were in Napa, that cheese and that wine, like, dude, there wasn't a whole lot better than that cheese and that wine. But yeah, I mean, I think a good burger and this beer would be amazing together because yeah, you're right, it's gonna cut that fat out and it's just gonna wash that all down, cleanse your palate for that next bite. So okay, so the next thing I want to do is I want to look at Untapped, and I want us to rate this beer on Untapped. So here's to have more fun. This thing is got a average score of 3.72, which okay, I can see that. What do we think this is for us out of 5 bottle caps? How many bottle caps do you think we would give this beer?
3.
You're going 3. I think it's somewhere between 3 and 4. So I'm going to compromise here. I'm going to say it's like a 3.25.
Okay.
For me. And so we're going to rate this thing. Okay. So, rating. We're going to give this a 3.25.
Okay.
We're going to add
the basement.
No. It's Auburn. There it is.
We did it, everybody.
Confirm. 3.25 on the Walnut River Blondes, or Have More Fun Blonde Ale. I'm going to tell you, for us, I think that's a pretty solid score because I only have a couple of 5s on my Shiner's, the 5. And so 3.25 is right in the middle. I mean, if we end up having to give a beer like under a 3, they're in trouble because that means it's real bad for us. So
I'm gonna be the one being like, that's a fucking 2. That's a 2. So it's really gonna be up to you to save it.
No. Wait a second.
Maybe this will make me like beer somehow. Like
I think we're gonna get there. We're gonna start tasting some different stuff. We're gonna start tasting some notes that we haven't tasted. We're gonna smell them. We're really gonna get into these, and hopefully it's gonna change the way that we think about it. Just that's beer, right? Yeah. Go check out Auburn. That's where you can get all of these things that we're gonna be trying here recently. So and in the future. I want us to remember that exact moment in the summer of '99. You're waiting on your mom to get off the phone so you can fire up that noisy 56K modem. You're hunting for that one specific track that you just heard on the radio on the way home. And you open a little blue and green program, you type in the search, and suddenly you feel like you're a hacker. You feel like you've just got the power of the world in your hands. It was the peak of 90s freedom, the absolute Wild West. But behind that digital magic, 2 bored teenagers in a dorm room accidentally built a global cartel, triggering a multi-billion-dollar war, the biggest rock bands on the planet. Today, we're talking about the exact moment an entire generation realized the internet had 0 rules and the piece of software that started it all. This is Retro Rewind.
As always, Retro Rewind is brought to you by the historic Regent Theater right here in Wellington, and right now they're showing Toy Story 5, which was actually really good. I was happy with how they handled everything. I feel like the more these things drag out, the more you worry that they're just going to kind of lose what they were. But they did a great job. Just remember, support local, support the Regent, go get some popcorn, say hi to Jerry, all the good things.
Yeah, Toy Story 5 was great, dude. I thought the message of it was good. It was I don't know. I just feel like they did a really good job kind of balancing where they came from to where they are now. Sure. Is really the whole point of that movie. And so I felt like they did a great job of that.
Fantastic.
All right, man. I'm going to set the scene. It's 99.
Okay.
Where'd you guys have your family computer? Because we only had one. We didn't have multiple computers in the house. Where'd you guys have your family computer?
So it was we had an open living room to dining room, kitchen area. So it was just right there in the middle.
Everybody had it in a common area, right? I feel like our parents, that was kind of the one smart thing that any of them did is
be looking at the boobies.
Exactly. So they're like, nope, we're putting this where everybody can see it. So, but regardless of where that thing was, we were thinking that we were masterminds because we could use a search tool, right? Do you remember Alta Vista and Ask Jeeves?
Yes.
Those were the early search tools, right? And they weren't even really search tools because if you remember back then, you would put your search in, but there's actually people at a data center looking things up to give you an answer back. It wasn't, there wasn't a server that it was looking at to figure that out. But over at Northwestern University, there was an actual mastermind, an 18-year-old named Sean Fanning. And he's got this roommate who's always complaining because every time he tries to download an MP3 off of one of those shady internet sites back at the very beginning of the internet, the links are dead. It doesn't work, right?
So would they just build a new website or?
I mean, you'd think that, okay, I'm going to go build my own, right? I'm just going to build a website. But that's where this thing gets interesting because they don't build a website at all. Fanning thinks, what if I can make a program where we link everybody's hard drives together? right? Like, I saw your eyebrows. Like, whoa. You want a song? You just grab it straight from some dude in Ohio. So he drops out of college, teams up with another teenager named Sean Parker, and they build this little peer-to-peer monster.
It is so wild because I'm trying to think back, like when I was 18, like what was I even thinking about? Like, there's no way in hell I would have ever had
the drive or the thought process, or
like, man, I wonder if I could just access everybody else's shit. And then, like, immediately that just sounds scary as hell to me because, like, I don't want to pick on my shit. I don't want to get anybody else's shit. Like,
well, I mean, it does sound bad, but we all did it. He named it Napster, which was actually his high school nickname because of his frizzy hair. Oh. Can you imagine if I would have named this pod after my high school nickname? It'd be a completely different podcast.
I don't like that at all.
No, yeah, you would have said no immediately to that podcast. Like, nope, not doing that.
No.
So Sean's uncle actually bought him his first computer, and because of that, Uncle John takes a 70% stake in this new company right out of the gate. What a freaking scumbag!
That is so crazy.
You've got these kids and a shady uncle and nearly 80 million people trying to download next episode by Dr. Dre.
So this shady ass is like trying to get what he can out of like 80 million people. Like how, like the fucking internet didn't even seem like it was capable of having 80 million people back then.
I mean, that's the thing. And we're going to talk about this later on too, but that's kind of the gritty reality of the 90s internet, right? Is it's like, we look back at Napster and we're like, that was pure magic. Like, it was just awesome. It was so perfect and great. And we were getting free music and it was so fast. And it was just, but we definitely felt like hackers. We definitely felt like we were curbing the system, but it was absolute torture, bro.
It was bad.
Like, we were using 56K dial-up modems. 56K. We're talking, we have gigabit internet now. We were using 56K. If you wanted a single 4 meg Dr. Dre song, that was going to take an hour. Like, that song lasts 3 minutes and it takes an hour to download. And then there was times where you wanted that whole entire album and you'd just leave that computer on with that modem on all night and wake up in the morning and hope nobody used the phone.
Exactly.
And so the absolute worst part of this is when you'd freaking get that thing going. It was so close. You were watching it. It was at 99%. And you just hear your mom answer the phone and it's Aunt Linda. And that just freaking...
Immediately all the hate for Aunt Linda. Just, no.
It completely kills your connection. It was a lawless wasteland. And we were stealing from each other slower than Forrest Gump when he was a kid.
Bro, I remember even seeing like where it would show like the speeds and like you'd be so amped because it was like picking up a little bit or whatever. And then, like you said, it's like you get to the end and that bitch just tanked.
99% took longer than the whole other 99%. Like that 1% took so much longer.
There's so many songs like I remember like trying to download some shit and it would just bottom out at 97 and it's like
just never finished.
And I was so pissed.
And we could get into this at the end, but do you know why that happened?
No.
Because there wasn't enough people that had that. It was peer-to-peer. We were taking this from multiple people's hard drives. And so there just wasn't enough people to give you that thing that had that piece, that chunk of it. Right. So the music industry completely panics at this. And because you used to have to go to the mall, you pay $20 for a CD. You get maybe 1 or 2 good songs. And then the other 11 or 12 are garbage and you don't like them at all. And so now kids are bypassing the register entirely. And the record labels are furious. But the band that brings the hammer down, you know who they were.
Bitch-ass Metallica.
Metallica.
I still hate them.
In 2000, Metallica is working on a song called I Disappear for Mission Impossible 2. It's not even finished. And suddenly, Lars hears his unfinished, unreleased song playing on the freaking radio. Like, how did that happen? He traces it back and he realizes the entire Metallica catalog is just sitting on Napster for free.
He cried like a little bitch about it.
Yeah, he did. This is the exact moment that the Wild West of the internet hit a huge brick wall because Lars from Metallica was so pissed off about Napster. And I think this was pretty petty, if you ask me, that he didn't just sue the company. He literally tracked down the usernames of the fans that were downloading his music. Think about this. These are the people that like your music so much that they want to go maybe get a virus on their computer. They're going to go wait an hour for a song to download, and you're so mad about it that you go and you get 300,000 usernames of those people. 300,000 of your fans. 300,000 of the people that call themselves Metallica fans. And he stacks them in paper in giant cardboard boxes, and he drives those suckers to the Napster headquarters, and he physically delivers the boxes to get those specific users banned from Napster.
What a bitch.
So just a short, less than a year after it all started, imagine, because this is April of 2000. We're talking about summer of 99. April of 2000 is when Lars takes that stuff up there. Imagine you're a 14-year-old kid sitting back in Wellington, and you're like, I just got banned. And then you hear on the news that Lars took your name to Napster headquarters to get you banned.
That fucker knows who I am now, so I guess
Right.
there's that. And
Exactly.
That's fucking crazy to me. Like, first off, like I said, I understand, like, you want to make your money, but to me, it's like, no matter what I'm doing, it's like, if I could do it for free to make somebody's life, it's like, dude, I'm going to do that. And these guys already have had, like, a massive legacy, doing huge shows, making all the money. And then he just went little bitch mode about it. And ever since then, I've never liked Metallica.
Yeah, I mean, it was all downhill from there when it came to music, right? We had all the rules. Napster ended up going bankrupt because the court said that they had to get rid of anything that was copyrighted, and they couldn't do that because all of their stuff was copyrighted.
Look, now we can't even put.
I know we can't even
social media without them.
We didn't even put a song. I think it was because we were talking about beer.
I know, but I'm just saying in general.
Oh yeah,
we can't,
right.
We
yeah,
can't
5 seconds is all we can do. It's like, guys, this is ridiculous. Like, what is happening here? So, yeah, it's just crazy, dude. And I mean, as much as we get, nostalgic about it and how much we think it was awesome, it's pretty crappy. One, that these bands did that, but two, that, yeah, I mean, we were stealing, right? Like, if you think about it.
Mm-hmm.
But what's the difference between this song being on your hard drive and me connecting to your hard drive and pulling it into my hard drive?
It's not stealing, it's sharing.
Or me giving you the CD to play in your CD player and then me giving it back to you to play in my CD player. Like, we both have it. So I guess that's the difference, right? But I don't know. There's such a, it's a fine line, I guess, because physical media, you can share physical media and that's okay. Like, I can let you borrow my CD. I can let you borrow my VHS and that's fine. But as soon as I copy that, and then now there's 2 copies of it, that's where it's wrong.
I just want to tell Lars he's a bitch.
Hopefully he hears this.
Yeah, tag Lars. Everybody tag Lars.
Just tag Lars. Alex, tag Lars.
God.
But the funniest part is that this thing got to the point where people were just playing jokes on you too. Like, you download that Limp Bizkit song and it was an EXE and then it was a virus, or it was actually Bill Clinton saying I didn't have sexual relations with that woman, or getting rickrolled, or somebody putting, burning you a whole CD and putting whatever Big Gay Al on there. Like, it got to the point where it was like, yeah, it was unfiltered, unmetered. Like, it was crazy. So yeah, Napster started it all, and then we've talked about it. We had LimeWire and all those other guys that came after that and didn't seem to get in as big a trouble as Napster did.
No.
Yeah, so I don't know, man. It's just one of those things where it's like, we can look back at that and we can think it was awesome. It was also really gritty and Wild Westy.
Dude, it was bad. And honestly, I remember even like back in the day thinking like, oh shit, the FBI is going to kick down my door any fucking minute. You know what I mean? So being a kid and having that kind of fear.
You had that fear too. Yeah, you're right. You had that fear of, man, I'm gonna get banned, or what's gonna happen, or like, are they gonna catch me, or am I gonna go? Like, I never thought, am I gonna go to jail? Like, I never thought that far down the road.
No.
But I definitely thought, like, can I get in trouble for this? It's worth it. I don't have the money to go buy the CD, so. Man. All right, let's get into some more 90s stuff, because this is the part of the show where we do a little bit of channel surfing and we go kind of all over the place in the 90s. So channel surfing with Travis. Okay. Well, on June 26, 1990, the Road Warriors, Animal and Hawk, were repackaged, and they made their WWF debut as the Legion of Doom. Two massive dudes screaming into microphones, wearing spiked football pads. That was just standard Tuesday night TV in the 90s.
This is what you do.
It is. And so we got this. It's that guitar slide. Like, man, how pumped did we get when we heard that theme song?
You knew it was going to be a good match. I was never even like a super fan of these guys, but they were always entertaining as shit, especially when they like got into drugs and did weird.
Yeah, they were weird. But yeah, I don't remember. I'm such a bad wrestling fan right now. I can't remember what they called their move where they put the guys on their shoulders and then did the clothesline. But that was freaking awesome, dude. It was like you just knew somebody was getting hurt.
Damn it, yeah.
What is it called?
I feel like any given time I'd be able to tell you, but
yeah.
I wish Dave was here. He'd tell us immediately.
He'd tell us instantly.
Yeah, he's a nerd.
It's the only time we ever wish Dave was around is when we need some wrestling knowledge. Other than that, it's like, go away.
All right, June 25th of 93, Dennis the Menace opens. And this is crazy to me because, like, for the longest time, you, like, are that kid. You, like, realize, like, man, I'm just living my best life and having that whatever. And then it's like the older we get, it's like, I'm fucking Mr. Wilson. Like, he was the villain. He was the asshole. But now I'm like, what the fuck are these kids in my yard?
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, I get it. I don't know.
Yeah, it's like if that kid, the very first scene of that movie that I remember is when he flings the marshmallow and it hits Mr. Wilson right in the forehead. And I'm like, are you serious right now? Like, as a kid, I'm like, Mr. Wilson's such an idiot. And now I'm like, are you serious? Like, hit him in the forehead with a flaming marshmallow? Like, where are your parents? And I'm going to beat your butt because
this is
no.
the 90s and I can't.
Yeah, exactly. Nobody's going to say nothing.
I'm going to beat your ass.
June 25th, 1995, the King of the Ring disaster. So WWF held the King of the Ring in Philadelphia. They booked King Mabel, the 500-pound man, basically just dressed like a purple grape. He won the whole thing. It's like, there's no way, dude. The Philly crowd was so furious, they actually started throwing trash into the ring. Let's be honest. It's Philly, dude. The average sports fan freaking sweats gravy there.
Yeah, they are trash.
So do you like actually understand how catastrophically awful a wrestling match has to be for a 300-pound dude in Philly to willingly sacrifice the second half of his $6 arena hot dog?
It just doesn't make any sense.
That thing was for sure his emotional support meat.
Speaking of. Anyway. June 25th,
Screw you, Philly.
1997, Sugar Ray released their hit album Floored, which, let's be honest, everyone bought it for Fly, and then they were just fucking mortified when the first song was like just this heavy metal scream.
This thing, like, this is not what, I mean, that sounds pretty cool to me, but that is not what friggin' Fly was or whatever.
No, that's not what people were looking for.
Not at all. They were not looking for a heavy metal band or even a not so heavy metal band. They were looking for reggae. That's not what they got. On June 27th, 1995, TLC releases the hit song Waterfalls.
Oh, shit.
We were 10 years old, casually listening to a catchy summer bop about the illegal drug trade and immune system diseases. Yep, that's what that was about. The CGI waterfall effects in that blew our minds too. Yeah, that waterfall was fake.
No, I don't believe it.
It was.
Don't believe it for a second.
Yep. This was about drugs and AIDS, and those waterfalls were not real.
Hand in hand.
What?
I don't know. June 28th of 98, WWF King of the Ring. It had the most amazing match. It was The Undertaker versus Mankind, Hell in a Cell.
Dude.
I still talk about this all the goddamn time.
You do.
Anytime I talk to a wrestling fan, whether new or old or whatever, and just Mankind getting just launched off a 16-foot cage through that table, I swear, I honestly thought that guy was fucking dead.
Yeah.
And I honestly, I think Undertaker thought he was dead too.
Yeah. And the craziest part, I don't remember it as the same match. It was the same match as when he got thrown through the top of the cage. Both of those things happened in this same Hell in the Cell match. One of them was supposed to happen. The other one was not supposed to happen.
Because he went back up, and I was like, this guy's absolutely going to fucking die.
Yes.
And then, like, I remember seeing him get slammed, and there's, like, that, like, half-second delay, and then the fucking thing
just falls
out, and he just hits. And you see the Undertaker looking down like, fuck.
Yeah, I know I just killed him. Yeah. And his tooth came out of his mouth. It was in his nose.
Yes, I remember that. That was
like,
crazy.
Dude, it was insane. And Mick Foley, like, seriously, bro, I wake up and my back's hurting from just sleeping wrong and can't even go to work. And this dude finished his shift and freaking, yeah, he lost the match, but like he finished what he was doing and he fell off a cage 16 feet high twice.
That's the crazy shit to me is the fact that like they didn't even let him win.
Yeah.
It's like he's doing all this like fucking take the win, please. Like, no, he's got to lose. Like, oh.
No, Undertaker has to win.
God, I just ran a fucking 5K and I felt like I was walking like Cotton Hill the last like 24 hours.
Like, dude, I can't believe that was the same match and dude survived it. And he's like, yeah, that's just crazy to me. So, well, that's channel surfing. Let's get into, let's talk a little bit about our partner over at CCICT. My eyes are absolutely killing me because I've been trying to watch old Attitude Era matches on my phone, this little screen. And I'm squinting like it's a Game Boy Color in the back seat of a minivan without a worm light.
Okay, well, I mean, that's your problem. You're doing it yourself.
Yeah, I know.
A real screen, I mean, it's like the old Sega Game Gear. This thing was literally just a brick, and it had like fucking 6 AA batteries just to even play Sonic for fucking 45 minutes. But now we don't have to live like that anymore.
Yeah, I know, but good tablets are so expensive, and I'm not going to drop laptop money to watch Stone Cold and Mr. McMahon in HD.
Nope, you got to do it like I did. I went to Cellular Center out at the East Mall, Wichita. I bought like a new iPad. Kid.
Yep.
I don't even know how much you used it, but you know what? I did it, and it was cheap, and it was awesome. It still works great. So there's your option.
Yeah, I mean, we're not talking about iPads. We're talking about Samsung Tab S7 FEs, but same thing, right? I mean, Apple, Android, these tablets, like it's not the same as your cell phone, right? It's you don't have to have one or the other, and so
under $200.
We're talking $175.
That's nothing.
That's less than a Nintendo 64 cost back in the day.
Okay.
And
you have
everything
with
all the games, all the videos, all the music, all of everything. It's a no-brainer. If you guys are tired of squinting at your phones, head over to CCICT in Wichita at Town East, upstairs next to the Men's Warehouse. Grab a Samsung Tab for $175. Tell them your boys sent you, and they're going to give you a big thumbs up, and they might give you a discount for that.
Maybe a little forehead kiss.
Oh, yeah. Sam loves forehead kisses. So go check them out. Also, check out cartridgeinquest.com. We have the shirts. You see the shirt behind me. Got the game. I had somebody reach out to me on social media and tell me that they played the game this week, and he's like, "Dang it, I almost got it." And he sent me a screenshot. He lost by 1.
See if anyone can beat the kid.
Yeah, who can beat the kid?
Damn.
So
I know I can't.
I beat him a couple times, but he's hard. I mean, I definitely. I played it a couple days ago, and he beat me by a lot. I think it was 11-6.
We have to fucking take this.
What are you doing?
Okay, I'm putting this on speakerphone.
Oh, for crying out loud!
Calls in the middle of the fucking podcast. So let's see. Let's see what's going on.
Hello.
Hello. Hi.
Hey, Mike. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I am doing wonderful, man. What are you up to?
Oh, not much, man. I actually was just in the middle of a podcast.
Oh, you're in a podcast?
Yeah.
Oh, with that other guy?
Yeah. Trav.
What's his name? Like Basic Tim or some shit?
Basic Tim. Yeah, that's him. Absolutely.
Oh.
Basic Tim.
He does. So what's going on?
Hey, nothing. Just wanted to give you a call and let you know that I'm not gay.
Oh, okay. Well, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Who's he trying to convince?
That's going to help me sleep better tonight.
Okay. Good with you?
Yeah, everything's great, man.
I mean, can we wrap this up? We're trying to in the middle of a freaking podcast. We're just gonna have chit chat.
Oh,
Okay. Good talk. Later, man.
Okay. Yep. Bye.
What the? Seriously?
I don't know.
With that other guy?
Easy, Tim.
Gosh.
Anyway, what are we doing?
What a freaking bum. We were going to get into the Cartridge Conundrum, but,
Okay.
I mean, if people can't follow the rules. You got to call directly. They can't even call in and actually be on the podcast because they're chicken.
Oh. Whoa.
So, whatever. It's fine. Go be a chicken.
Call them out.
We'll still, we're going to keep rolling, and that's probably not even going to make it into the podcast. So happy YouTube, because that's the only people that are going to hear it. Here's the conundrum. Looks like the most old man dance I can do to this song. Like,
Cartridge and quest forever.
What a fucker.
oh, sorry, the music's
Save
over.
it for the cruise.
Ooh, the cruise. All right. We're talking 1991 console war escalation in this one. It's June 23rd, 1991, and the console wars are getting gritty. The Sega decides to take a massive swing at Nintendo. They drop a game so fast, they literally had to invent a marketing term, blast processing, that nobody remembers, but it happened, just to explain it to us back then. So the question this week is, what legendary title hit the shelves this week and made every kid on the playground suddenly want a Genesis? Was it number A, Streets of Rage, number B, Golden Axe, number C, Sonic the Hedgehog, or number D, Altered Beast? If you got it, let us know in the comments. We'll let you know at the end of the podcast, and we'll put the answer on socials on Monday. What do you think?
Golden Axe.
Golden Axe. He didn't even go for his default C.
I like Golden Axe. It was good.
Did you play it?
I did.
Bro, that's so
Same
weird
thing with
because
Altered Beast. I fucking love Altered Beast. Like nobody else did.
I know.
Nobody talks about it.
Nobody does
liked
because
it.
nobody had
was
this
good.
thing until they started giving away
It
a
was- it
game
was fucking
that
good.
may be the answer to this one with this Genesis.
Yeah.
And that's when everybody found it, and nobody cared about those games. It's so weird that you know those games because I
Fucking
have
love it.
no idea.
Dynamite Heady.
Yeah,
Fucking
you've
solid.
talked about
So
him.
fucking solid.
It's so weird that those are the things you played because, dude, I was all about Mario and Yoshi
I mean,
and
I played some Mario too, but goddamn.
yeah,
It
no,
is
you were
different.
privileged. You were a privileged kid because you had both apparently.
Hmm.
I had to go to a friend's house and be in his basement and watch him play Sonic. That was the only way that I was able to see Sonic.
Goddamn.
All right, let's get into a little bit of what are these damn kids saying because
God.
it's been a minute and I feel like they're still like saying stuff that we don't know or understand. And we need to figure this out. So
Have you ever asked yourself, what are these damn kids saying?
Oh, I need to know what's going on here.
look at all these fun words. All right, let's give this thing a spin. The word is looksmaxing. The word is looksmaxing, and we're going to throw it to Mike. What does looksmaxing mean in 2026 slang?
So I feel like anything maxing is like where you're just doing it the most you can. So I'm gonna assume it has something to do with like making yourself look the best you can, something of that nature.
I like it. So trying to maximize your physical appearance by any means necessary.
Okay, there you go.
From skincare routines to bizarre facial exercises. So blue steel, maybe?
Maybe part of it.
Okay, so if looks maxing means that we are trying to maximize our physical appearance, does that also mean that you're being douchey about it?
I don't know. I mean, I feel like you can strive for better and more without being an asshole about it. I think a lot of people maybe struggle with that, but I don't know.
So what would looks maxing have been in the 90s?
Fuck. That's a tough one.
Yeah, like what did we like if you were trying to better yourself or if you were trying to look like you would look fly, maybe, but that's not like the like what would looks maxing like if you were trying to better yourself in the 90s, what would somebody have said? I mean,
I don't think we had something like, especially for looks. I don't know.
The one that's coming to mind for me the most is like metrosexual.
Yeah,
But that was just like that was a specific look.
sure.
You know what I mean? Like that was a specific thing that people were doing, but I don't feel like it's quite the same. GTL, Gym Tan Laundry. No,
No,
I don't remember that one either.
no.
I don't know. Look, like I guess we just didn't. Did we just not pay attention as much? Like, why do we not have a word for it?
I don't think we did. I think the biggest thing is seeing how different it is now, because I mean, you look at old home videos and you look like what you look like at fucking 13.
Yeah.
And it's like, goddamn, everybody was a fucking dork.
They were just dorks.
And then
everybody
now
was.
It's like everybody has like
13-year-olds look
and all the glam
yeah
tips and tricks and all, and everybody just looks like fucking like they're young adults. You
Agreed.
They're trying so hard to grow up, and we were just fucking dorks. So,
yeah, we were
I don't
really
think we were
dorky.
as focused on that shit as they are.
We weren't as focused on it, except for like we were focused on like what can I have the cool shoes?
Sure.
Like the shoes were what mattered, not the whole outfit.
So that'd be shoe maxing.
Yeah, shoe maxing. Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't feel like we had this kind of thing. Which did that make us less stressed?
I assume so. I mean, I don't remember not being stressed, but
Yeah, right. At least about this, like
yeah.
about your looks. Like I don't feel like we were stressed about how we looked all the
No, some
time.
fucker came up and was like, "Oh, I'm doing the skincare routine." It's like, what the
Yeah, it's
fuck
like,
are
whoa,
you talking
geez, like what? Yeah. So I don't know. All right, let's see if we can figure out another one here. All right, the word is crash out. I feel like we
Yeah.
did that already
about? We may have.
because I feel like we talked about going postal, right?
Yeah. Yep.
All right, we're gonna say remove that one, and it will actually remove it this time instead of whatever it did last time. All right, let's see here. All right, the word is it's giving obvious, which I think this can be it's giving and then blank after it, right? So
Sure.
tell us what it's giving obvious means in this one, but what's it's giving. What does it mean?
You're showing. You're like basically you're displaying whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. But it's like it's giving obvious specifically, I think would be like
Duh.
oh, that's a good one. I think that's right. Yeah. I think it's duh. Like, yeah, duh. Like, and I still say duh. And I don't know if anybody hears me say that and is like, what the heck is that old man saying?
Just yesterday.
And so, yeah, it's giving is just like what it's portraying. You're right. Like whatever is happening. It's like we didn't even have to say that part.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like it was like, we just knew duh meant, yeah, duh. Like
Yeah.
whatever. Obviously, yeah. And it was Avi for a while with the kids, right? I feel like they said Avi,
Yeah, I fucking hate it.
which that one I think it's giving is better than Avi. Like, don't just shorten the word and make that the slang word. Like, that's stupid. And I think for like Valley Girls, as if would have been the same thing as it's giving obvious. And then like still today, like I'll say hello, like WTF kind of thing. You know what I mean? And that's kind of like, it's giving obvious, like
Duh's just so fucking fun though.
and it's no duh, like no duh, idiot.
Yeah.
And it's like that's the perfect one. Duh, you came up with that one perfect. I love it. All right, so that's what are these damn kids saying. So if you have a slang word you want us to try to decode, let me know. I'll throw it in the wheel and we will we'll try to figure it out. But we got to work on this thing together because we can't do this alone.
No.
Just navigating this big, big world all by ourselves.
For these dumbass kids.
Guess it's that time that we have a technical difficulty, and no, I'm kidding.
Son of a bitch. This son of a bitch.
Man, I could not. I watched
I wasn't even gonna fuck with the wheel this time because I was like, it's not even gonna.
I watched that one back, and I'm like, this is agonizing, dude.
It is. It's a lot, and I think that's why it's so funny too. And honestly, like knowing the shit you said, and then having you cut it like that made it even more funny because it's like you were about to get into it and you're like, no, fuck this. And then you just like went out. So
yeah, I thought,
think it's funny how it was handled, but
yeah, I just couldn't, dude. It was just too much. And I was like, nobody emailed me. So apparently they didn't care too much if they didn't get to see it because we had, hundreds of people listen to the episode and nobody emailed me. Let's do a little bit of what's on Mike's mind and see what's happening over there. Get it, little Mike.
Okay.
Happy Father's Day, dads.
Yeah, it is Father's Day, and I saw like this amazing clip, and I was like, we have to share this. So I have a clip right here. We're gonna run through and
let's see what this is all about.
I wanted to recognize
Funches, I saw this.
And men who made a difference in my life. Men like Gomez Adams, who taught me that it's best to show affection to your thick-ass golf wife. And that's how you live a good life. Barney Rubble, Splinter, who raised those
Yes.
boys even though they weren't his. Ted Danson, Steve Gutenberg, and Tom Selleck as one. Hank
My
Hill,
three
who
dads.
love their boys, even if they ain't right. Men like Heathcliff Huxtable, but not Bill Cosby. I want to be clear. Happy Father's Day to all the real dads out there.
Heck yeah, Ron.
but not Bill Cosby. I want to make that very clear. Good God. Ron
Yeah, that's
Burgundy's
funny.
Funny ass dude, man. And
He is very
I
funny.
get to hang out with him at some point. So
Really?
yeah,
Shut up.
We talked about doing some food stuff together, and he's like, "Yeah, man, sounds
Dude.
great. Hit me up." So
That would be
when he
amazing.
comes to do his tour through here, I'm
That would be super
gonna go
cool.
hang out, and it's gonna be an awesome time. Super excited about that. But I wanted to throw it back to some of, I guess, my favorites going through and kind of talk a little bit about what the kind of life lessons they had for us.
Yeah.
So the first is Uncle Phil, obviously the
Oh,
Fresh
dude.
Prince. Incredible. Great dude. I mean, he was funny, he was stern, but he was like a fair dude. He was a fucking judge. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But he showed us that success doesn't mean forgetting where you came from. He
Yeah.
showed tough love and unconditional love. They can coexist.
He did.
And that family isn't always blood. I mean, it was a relative of his, but it wasn't like his,
It wasn't his
family.
kid for sure. It was just his nephew. And it's like, that's a hard thing to do, right? Is to take. He already had 3 or 4 kids of his own.
Sure.
Like, yeah, sure, they had the means to do it, and that
Yeah.
makes it easier. But even then, it's like, especially Will, who was pretty wild.
Culturally
And-
different.
Yeah, just way different. Like being out from Philly, and then coming to California, it's like that's a completely different deal. And so having to Will trying to fit in, and yeah. So Phil,
Life lessons for everybody.
yeah, super good. I mean, and in the show, at least, Will didn't have that father figure. I mean, I think his dad showed up at one point, but he was I think he was a turd
Sure.
when he was there. And so, yeah, Uncle Phil, that's a great one, dude, because, it showed all those things. I agree.
Yeah. So next I have Carl Winslow from Family Matters. He was a good one too. And
Yeah.
God, he had a challenge on his hands. But anyways, dude was patient, had integrity, and
Jeez.
always a good dude when people weren't watching. And I mean, honest to God, think about having fucking Steve Urkel as a neighbor, or you know what I mean? Like for even a couple days, like that shit would be difficult. And this guy had
Agreed.
the patience of a saint.
Yeah, and he was a cop, right? And it's like if we had more cops like Carl Winslow, the police force would be amazing because, yeah, you're right. He was patient. He had integrity. And he didn't really even – I don't even remember him even being super mad at Urkel. Like,
Yeah.
so –
I know he pissed him off a lot, but it was still good. All right.
yeah, the ones that stick in my mind are like when they turned into zombie puppets, and those were just hilarious episodes, dude. So
So next, Danny Tanner from Full House. That was kind of a weird one. It was a little different.
it was. I feel like those girls had 3 dads, though.
They did, absolutely. I mean, it definitely, and that was, I think, kind of part of it too, is like it kind of showed you, like, sometimes it takes like a fucking village to raise, but it's also he was a sensitive, emotional dude.
He was.
I mean, he was a girl dad, so I feel like that kind of played into it. He was more of a communicator than he was like a yeller. You know what I mean? And
it wasn't that gritty reality, you know, like, and like Full House for me, like, yeah, I loved the show. But if you look at Full House versus like Roseanne,
Sure.
right? Like completely different family lives there. And
Super
maybe somebody had a family life kind of like the Tanners, but I feel like most of the kids in the 90s had a family life like Roseanne.
Sure, yeah, I mean, that was definitely more relatable, I think, which actually brings me up to my next one. Red Foreman from that.
Oh, dude. So, Red.
He was fucking crazy. I mean, so he was always there, though. You know, he was an accountability
always
guy,
home,
always working hard. Like, he was just that tough neck, fucking crazy dude.
And he was a little bit of a softie too when he needed to be.
That's the thing. Like, he was always threatening to put his foot in somebody's ass, but he was always there for his people.
Yeah.
You know, so I feel like that was one of the most like relatable, I think.
For sure. Like for me, like I remember the episode when Red Foreman, like something happens and somebody needs his flannel shirt. Mm-hmm. And he gives him the flannel shirt, which you think Red's not going to do that. Like he's going to be, get out of here, dumbass. You know what I mean? But he gives the shirt and it's like, yeah, he was a softie when he needed to be, but he was hilarious, dude. That him as a dad, like he definitely didn't pay enough attention to his kids because they were doing some wild stuff in that basement. Sure. But in the interactions with Red and the kids, it was like, yeah, he was a cool dad.
Yeah. I feel like they had enough freedom to like be who they're going to be, but they also knew that he was going to beat their ass if they got out of line. So
yeah,
I feel like my last one here is like the most I want to say just a normal, average like experience. Tim Taylor, Home Improvement.
Yeah, dude.
Man, it was weird because it wasn't like he was too soft or too hard. Like it wasn't like he was like a character. It was like he is just relatable. You know, like someone who could be your dad. And I remember even thinking as a kid like how he wasn't afraid to go and ask advice or for help or whatever, which you never really saw in any of these other shows.
Yeah,
like you had to take on the brunt of your problem. And
just
do it yourself.
You know, he had like he was a dumbass at times, right? And he did some stupid things that's like why he shouldn't have done that. But then you're right. Like he had the neighbor, why am I blanking? Wilson, and they would talk and they were really good friends, and he had somebody he could confide in. Him and Al confided in each other too. Sure. And so he had this group of dudes that he could go talk to about the stuff that was going on at his house. And I feel like, you know, we as guys, we have a hard time like talking to other guys about what's happening in our lives. And I think that as funny and crazy and wacky as Tool Time was, as Home Improvement was, that was the core of that show. Is again, like you said, it takes a village. And even though those people weren't like directly parenting their kids, their thoughts and opinions and the way that they talked to Tim about how to do things showed through when he actually went to parent. Absolutely. And so it's so hard to do it by yourself. Like have that friend group, have those people that you can confide in and talk to. And hopefully you're one of those people that they can come talk to too, right? It's not like a one-way street.
Absolutely. And I will say, like, for the last thing is like, if you want to feel like shit as far as like what kind of parent you are, go watch Bluey. That shit
yes,
drives
dude.
Me nuts, dude. It's like these parents are like
they're awesome,
dude. It's like they never do wrong, and they're always up to play.
They always figure out a way to get out of the situation. They always figure out a way to make the situation fun.
They always have energy. They're always thoughtful with the kids.
Yes,
but it's like those kids are gonna be spoiled as fuck.
Oh yeah, they are for sure. But that show is so funny, dude. And so it's almost like, to me, those parents feel like they're the big brother or the big sister instead of the parents, because like my oldest son, I feel like he does those fun things with my littler kids where it's like, man, I just got home from work. Like I don't even.
You need to lower your voice right now because I just
yeah,
hear it.
Exactly. God. Okay. Yeah, no, dude, that's I mean, shoot, for Father's Day, I don't think it gets better than those five. Like, that's a great list. And so again, happy Father's Day to all you dads, and happy Dead Dad's Day to all of you guys that don't have dads anymore, because I'm in that group too. And it's like today is kind of sad and crappy and not really something I look forward to. I mean, yeah, I love that my kids got me some whatever Reese's and soap and the stuff they got me. Like, it was awesome. They got me a bunch of Dr. Squatch stuff, and It's great that they thought about me, but it's like, I wish my dad was here to like go hang out with and talk to and that kind of stuff. And
that's
so
the shitty thing about like my birthday right now, because my son and I share birthdays. So
yeah,
like someday like his birthday
yeah,
isn't
one
gonna
of
be,
you,
like super fucking,
yeah,
you know.
exactly. His birthday's gonna suck. Yeah, he's gonna always think about that. So, anyways, all right. Well, let's close the show out and we get a little bit of Trav's take because I got a interesting one today, whenever you're watching it. TikTok, stupid.
Welcome to Trav's take on Cartridge and Quest. The quest is just...
All right, I went down kind of a rabbit hole this week, and I think it kind of perfectly sums up the cultural crossroads that we're kind of stuck in. If you go right now on social media, you'll see these random grainy home videos of high school hallways from like 99, and they've got millions of views, bro. And the comments are completely flooded with Gen Z kids who weren't even alive back then. And they're romanticizing the crap out of what those videos are doing. They say stuff like, look at the way they're dressed and the way that they talk and the way that they acted and their hair looked so cool. And it all looks so different from now. And everybody seems so much nicer and healthier and happier without social media. I mean, we weren't living in a peaceful utopia in 99. That's the year the freaking football team folded me up and put me in a trash can. So it wasn't all sunshine and rainbows. We were just incredibly bored and hoping that somebody left a good copy of Electronic Gaming Monthly in the bathroom so we could skip class. But the irony is Gen Z is looking backwards. They feel this profound sense of loss for the analog world that they never actually lived in. They're desperate for a life without social media, kinda. But as 90s kids, we were always trying to not stay analog, right? We were completely obsessed with the future. I mean, look at the 80s, Back to the Future. Yeah. And we were begging for the information superhighway. I don't know if you remember this, but think back to those massive AT&T commercials in the 90s, the You Will campaign. Do you remember these? I'm going to show you here in a second if you don't remember them. But they had Tom Selleck doing the voiceover, and they were basically predicting the exact world that we live in right now. So watch this.
Have you ever paid a toll without slowing down?
This is from 1993.
Bought concert tickets from a cash machine.
Yeah, perfect.
Or tucked your baby in from a phone booth. You will. And the company that'll bring it to you, AT&T. Have you ever borrowed a book from thousands of miles away? Across the country?
Just ahead. Take next.
Without stopping for directions?
Rooms 101.
Or sent someone a fax?
I mean, not really a fax, but they didn't know any better.
And the company that'll bring it to you, AT&T.
Jack, you ever found hot goth baddie Latinas from your couch? You will.
I mean, they were predicting Easy Pass and FaceTime in 93, and we ate it up. We wanted that interconnected future so bad.
Yeah.
And here it is. It's here. We got exactly what AT&T promised, but they completely, conveniently left out the gritty reality of being plugged in all the time. Tom Selleck should have added a few more lines to that commercial, like, have you ever been down in the basement trying to record a podcast and your smart doorbell goes off? Or have you ever ignored your kids at the dinner table just doom scrolling because you found something that you were just in a rabbit hole for? Like, it's not all sunshine and rainbows now either, right? And so, I manage this stuff for a living. Like, I manage IT, and I'm dealing with the absolute chaos of everybody being connected all the time. And if they're not, that's when my job gets hard,
People
right?
lose their shit.
Yeah. And we spent our entire childhoods waiting for dial-up modems to connect so we could get online. We built the exact world that AT&T promised, and the ultimate punchline now is everybody wants to go backwards and disconnect the router and sit on a terrible couch and just play SNES offline. So it turns out that the peak We had the peak setup back then. We didn't even know it. So the 90s wins again.
It always wins.
The 90s always wins. And it's just like, dude, talking about like 96 to 2026 and how different it is. But how just, like, I know it has to progress, but man.
And with that being said, if you look at how much things have progressed from that time frame, like
it seems like it's
in another like 20 years, 30 years, you know. Like,
I don't know. Like, I think, and maybe I'm completely wrong here, but if you look at like from the 60s, like 65 to 85 when we were born, did it progress this much? I don't think so. Like, it doesn't feel like it did. And
so we need to start looking at some shit like that. Like, what were the big electronics and the vehicles,
yeah,
and you know, like what kind of features were out there?
Right, because I mean, you can, if you look at like, I don't know when Tesla came out and they started having self-driving, but that's a huge shift, and that's so futuristic. Like, nobody.
How long is it going to be before like 90% of people are doing it?
Yeah, that's a tough one. I don't know. It's hard to predict that, but it's like, even like this new Cybercab. I've been seeing videos of the Cybercab. Have you seen them?
No.
The Cybercab doesn't even have a steering wheel for the driver to have. Like, you can't even take over if you wanted to. Okay. And it's like, that's going to be like, I feel like that's a hard sell.
I'm just saying, I actually got into like a, you know, fully autonomous vehicle once, and it was like an Uber thing.
Yeah.
Weird as hell. It just pulls up, and it's like, it had your name on it. It's like, this is your destination, whatever. And you're just like, yeah, that's it. And it's like, cool. And it just drives off.
There was no driver.
Everything was fine. No driver, no nothing. And I mean, it was great. I got to my location.
It's
everything
crazy.
Was safe, and it was just the craziest experience.
Yeah. And they're overly safe. And so I think most of the time you are going to be more safe than you would be if there was a crazy cab driver.
Honestly, I would rather trust a robot to get me to where I'm going
until you have to reboot it because it's not working.
I mean,
like,
I agree, but I mean, fuck, like you said, people are crazy. You never know what you're getting into in some of these vehicles and stuff.
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, it definitely seems like it gets crazy. So, yeah, I don't know. It's weird that back in '93 that AT&T like predicted a lot of this stuff. I mean, yeah, it was. They didn't really understand what it would be like. Have you ever sent a fax from the beach? Like, that's not what we're doing, but it's the same thing. Yeah, it's an email, right? It's just a text, a social media post, whatever, right? And then a phone booth. Yeah, we're not using phone booths anymore because we have it all in our pocket. But like FaceTime, that like dialing up your kid and seeing them when you're on a work trip. Like,
I mean, hell, your wife was in Mexico, you know, pictures of what she's doing.
Yeah,
you know, before you'd be writing letters and shit, and like taking
takes weeks
or whatever.
Yeah,
a little disposable camera you have to send in. And
exactly. Yeah, it's wild how fast things have evolved and how fast they're going to keep evolving, especially with AI and the way that things can be automated and all that. So, yeah, dude, I think we really did have the peak of like analog versus digital in the 90s. Like, it was both, and it wasn't too much of either one. I don't feel like. And now it just feels like people are getting worn out with how technology is taking over. And so I don't know. It's up to us to make it change, right? Like, if we can continue to consume all of those things, they're going to keep on making it bigger, making it faster, making it whatever. So if we really care, then we need to stop.
I'm just saying, though, tech has to change even in itself, because I mean, like,
for sure,
you can't even buy RAM right now because it's all going to fucking AI.
It's going to AI data farms. Yeah, exactly. So, well, that's enough of the soapbox talk, I suppose. Let's wrap it up and get a little conundrum answer. So if you guessed C, Sonic the Hedgehog, you nailed it. It was the absolute king in 91, dude.
I mean, obviously I had Sonic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like,
do you think
it came with it? I'm sure.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you. Do you think you got the Genesis when they dropped the price and added Sonic? Like, is that when you got the Genesis?
Probably the thing. And the crazy thing is, like, Sonic was always a good game, but I don't, even now, it's like, I don't think it was a game I would go back like, oh, I got to buy that. You know, it's like, it wasn't that game for me.
Yeah, this game dropped June 23rd, 1991, and it completely flipped the playground hierarchy.
But Nintendo's still doing it, though.
Oh, I mean, yeah, obviously Nintendo had more longevity, right? They're still making consoles. They're still
like
ever. And I think it's pretty crazy that we're still, I mean, Mario and Sonic are still kind of head to head, even at the box office, right? They're the ones doing movies and all of that. And so, yeah, you know, that blast processing trick that they tried to play on everybody didn't work, and nobody even remembers it. That's how lame it was. So anyway, that's the show. Go check out cartridgeandquest.com. Let us know what you think of the website. Let us know what you want us to talk about. You got anything else?
No.
Peace out, motherfucker.
Keep it rad. Peace.